the capital sin of envy. Envy is that I feel sad because someone has something that I don't have. There are various manifestations of this capital sin in the Bible itself. It's interesting that the sin of the angels, they fell because of pride. But after this, the angels, seeing the human person created in the image and likeness of God, will tempt us partially because of envy, because he knows that we're going to be taking his place in heaven. So Satan envies the human person, and he places a lot of obstacles to prevent him from arriving at the end for which he's created, which is the salvation of his soul. We see in the book of Genesis chapter 4, we see the sin of envy manifested by the way Cain treats Abel. Cain was jealous and envious because God preferred his goods over that of Abel. We know what happened. Cain took Abel out into the field and he murdered him. Another manifestation of envy in the Bible is Saul with respect to David. Saul was the commander-in-chief, the head of the Jewish people, and he saw himself being shadowed by David, such that David was winning more battles than Saul. On one occasion, as the Jewish people, the women, were parading through the city of Jerusalem, the Jewish women were singing, "Saul has killed his thousands and David has killed his 10,000s. From that moment on, Saul actually tried to kill David. We see the chain effect of sin, how envy leads to hatred, and hatred even a desire to kill. Furthermore, we see Jesus being put to death. He was put to death by men that basically were jealous and envious of him. Here you have a carpenter who's preaching and teaching, and the people are hanging on his words. And he's a young man. So they were jealous and envious because of the popularity and acclaim that Jesus had. And eventually they had him put to death. So in our lives, if we examine our consciences, there are probably traces of envy within us. We're going to talk about how we can overcome this ugly devil that possibly lurks in the deep recesses of our hearts.